My name is Andrew, and I welcome you to the Men's Truth channel. Here we talk about self-development, psychology, health, and much more. So I would be very happy if you subscribe and give me a like. Let's go. Today we're going to talk about Stoicism and why it can save your life. Stoicism has always been a popular trend in philosophy because it was accessible to absolutely everyone. Both famous leaders and their slaves were Stoics. And this is not surprising because the main essence of Stoicism was to accept life as it is and react to it reasonably. And also in the ability to distinguish between what can be changed and what does not depend on us. There is a logic to this. What's the point of worrying that your bus is late and you're not on time for work if it doesn't arrive any faster? Stoicism also helps fight anxiety. Just think about it. 99% of the fears that prevent you from living and breathing freely are only in your head. They don't exist in reality. It's funny to realize how much things have changed. 100, 200 years ago, people were dying of hunger, and now you are lying on the couch thinking about how to lose a couple of extra pounds. And at the same time, you feel wildly anxious about your future. But don't worry, you're not the only one. Studies show that over the past couple of decades, anxiety in people has been growing so rapidly that it is already perceived as a common occurrence. If once people were worried about getting enough to eat so they wouldn't die, now that our minimum needs are met, we worry about getting fired from work because our bus was late. And if you add to this the situation in the world where every news item brings us closer to the Fallout game, you can't help but feel like you're going crazy. And it would seem that there is practically no way out of this, but there is good news, and the key word here is practically. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 Stoicism techniques that will help you stop worrying for no reason, wasting your life on empty thoughts, and finally start achieving what you want. Here we go. 1. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-control and awareness. Start evaluating your reactions to events to understand your weaknesses and work on them. After that, you should learn to control your emotions through various practices like breathing or meditation. This will help you to keep a cool head in various stressful situations. You must admit that this is a very cool skill because often fear takes over people and they can just freeze without doing anything. There are many examples of this. Once I was walking through the city and a man was walking next to me, either with his daughter or his granddaughter. It doesn't matter, but at some point he just fainted. This girl just fell into a stupor and did not understand what was happening. Meanwhile, I immediately called an ambulance, gave the address, and everything ended well. And since I am a topographical cretin and can get lost in 3 pines, it can be considered a miracle that I did not make a mistake. And I'm sure that it was the practice of Stoicism that helped me in this. 2. Adapt to failure. Stoics teach that the key to resilience is the ability to accept and adapt to failure. Instead of reacting negatively to setbacks, look at them as part of the development process. Look at the situation from a positive perspective, looking for opportunities for growth and learning. Remember that you don't always control all circumstances, but you can always control your reaction to them. I consider this skill to be the key to Stoicism. I'm sure you've seen tattoos with the text Amo Fati, which means love your destiny. This is what we are talking about now. That is, our goal is to accept and adapt to what is beyond our control. Also, don't forget that most of the problems in your life are practically worthless. That is, if you have a job interview tomorrow, you shouldn't worry about it because in your old age, you probably won't even remember it. And the last 3, be fair to yourself. On the path of self-development, you should be fair to yourself and set realistic goals to avoid disappointment if something goes wrong. That's why there is even such a technique as I will do it today if something doesn't prevent me. That is, you make an error for some situations that may not go according to plan. For example, you decided to go to the gym today and you have a really bad headache. You can give yourself a rest today and go tomorrow, and it will be right. Because now various info gypsies who are constantly talking about successful success say that you need to go to the goal no matter what. Like, today you missed 1 day in the gym and your opponent is training all the time. He is getting better and more successful than you. Well, this is nonsense. The only person in this world for whom you have to become better every day is you yesterday. That's all. And this is not some kind of battle. This is your path. And the path is usually rarely short, so I repeat, your task is to be fair to yourself. Thank you for watching. As always, like and subscribe to the channel.